Final Fantasy TCG is an amazing game with a wide variety of choices when it comes to deck building, which can be exhausting for newer players to understand who are just walking into the game, unless you already know where to start. We're taking this challenge once again, starting from nothing and building our way up to the top with our weekly budget, relying only on sealed products and prizing earned along the way. This means buying singles and trading are off the table. Join me once again, where we take a couple of starter decks and turn it into a powerhouse over time. You're watching Final Fantasy TCG, New Game Plus, a series Reborn. Welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy TCG, New Game Plus, a series Reborn. This is your host, TCG Tacos, and a quick recap on last episode. We ended up going 1-2, discovering a few things that we can make changes to, hopefully if we manage to get some upgrades. I forgot to mention also in the last episode, we did pick up a 6 CP Fame for it as our promo. So we're going to be taking a break from the Scions for week 5. It's actually the release of Opus XIII. Unfortunately there's no pre-release kits, but our locals has decided to do a sealed event, so we're going to be opening up 9 packs for $30, which is within our budget, and then we've got the extra $15 to play around with. Also, we won't be focusing too much on the sealed. If you are interested in seeing how that panned out, I'll leave a link to the description of week 5, so that way you're able to see. What we are going to be focusing more on is week 6. That is our reunion event. So I'm going to briefly go over the week of sealed, the events that happen, and then afterwards we're going to go into reunion.
Alright, so we'll do like 40 minutes for deck building. Is that right? Cheers. Cheers, buddy. Cheers for finding yourself. Let's go. What would I have traded you? I think I just took all your life points. Yeah, with this one. Whoa, close Jack. Pretty good. A lot of things don't exist. Hey! We're gonna start our deck card. Oh, John! Wait, John! Hey! Hey, this is where money comes from. Yes. Hey, money! Huh? I want the queen and the no, I'm looking for mannequin stuff. I'll give you the mannequin. Hey, I want the queen and the queen. Huh? I have the king. Wait, what? I have the king. Card and the queen. Oh, is that what it is? I don't even know what I pulled. Yeah, it's the queen of This guy. Yeah. What's wrong with you? Jesus Christ. Ooh, this is sauce. Good. You need another one real good. You also need a 50. Got it. You guys got that? 40 to 50 cards, 6 damage. Oh, I got a 4. Oh, nice. Only one? I got one, yeah. Hey, what are you only one? This guy. I got one that Oracle. Yo, give me. Trading for all Scions. What? Oh wait, no, you also run Scions. Shit, we got like 3 Scions. Alright, shit, we got 3 Scions. We can talk this out, we can trade. You need that fucking order. I also got your again. Oh, you bitch. Language for you, language. I don't appreciate you right now. Nice. Hey! More time. His name is Konami. No, I said Geo was going to attack. I never said which one. We doubled our chances. Yo, foil Sophie.
Yeah, foil Sophie.
Yeah.
You got all the legendaries. So I
No, it feels like it.
Wait, what's the available legend?
Huh?
You got a bunch?
I've already pulled. I pulled 3 so far. And a full art.
I think it is though. Wait, why can't you get it?
Yo.
Oh, red.
Other than that, which is a very hard one.
You need this?
You pulled one too. I pulled a foil Sophie too. Huh? You pulled a foil Sophie as well.
There's 3 in this room? Alright guys, we gotta talk.
You pulled a foil Sophie as well.
Wait, I think.
I guess I know what colors you guys are playing. Like,
Oh no. Foil Ranger. Chris, we want it.
It's so dark. I don't like it.
It's a sad
Don't
light.
like it. Yeah, what do I got?
Alright, 2 more packs.
Last pack.
Engineering to love it.
Pool ended up being pretty insane. We ended up making Ice Fire Lightning. There's a lot of removal in it. It felt really good while playing it. We ended up going 3-0 in this event. So we ended up getting a foil full art cyan for taking first place. We also picked up the second Famfrit full art non-foil. And then we also managed to get prize packs along with our remaining $15. So I'm going to show that now to show what was pulled out of that. Okay, so we ended up getting 7 packs out of pricing, and we picked up 4 out of our budget, leaving us with $1 extra with our budget, so it'll carry over to the following week. And right off the bat, we get a second Avelia. We definitely need that later on. And a foil Lady of Antiquity. Next pack here. As always, we just go, past the commons. Foil Ruby Conte. And Sis Hayes as our H. Third pack here. Got a foil White Mage. And a Conchira as our H. Next up. Foil Laguna. I get Leo as our second L out of these packs. Next pack here. So far things are looking pretty good. I got a foil Selkie and next pack here. Let's go through these pretty quickly. Full Agrius, pretty nice. Did want that. And Selfie. Alright, we got 5 packs left to go. These in a foil Une. Looks really nice. Ruby Conte as our H. Alright. 4 more to go. Foil Sid Hayes. And another L. A White Tiger. 3 more packs. Foil Ramza and Sid Rendell. Got Foil Simon and Rain. So it's looking like a lot of stuff we're not getting for our Scions, but the Night Stream is starting to look real. Pulled a lot of stuff for it. Right, with our last pack here, a foil Tella and a Graph as our H. That's it for these packs, and we're going to move on to the following week. So I picked up a box of Opus XIII for $90. As part of the budget, we're only going to be opening a Path. Once again, support my local store and get all the stuff from TCG Titans, who hooked us up with all the deals. Just going to go through the commons. Got a foil Ramza and a Chime as our hero. So total of 18 packs. We're on our second one right now. A foil Laguna and a Scarmiglion. Just going through these rather quickly. Foil Selkie and Cognazo. Pretty much this is just our last chance of getting some upgrades for the deck before the day of reunion. Foil Simon, oh, wow. We have already completed our set of Avelias. Next pack here. Foil Nail. And a Behemoth K. I accidentally put that in the wrong pile, but yeah, that might actually go into the Scion deck. Foil Sid Hayes. And put it Elza. Foil Nickel. And another Selfie. Looks like we're like close to halfway through. The Cadet L. Foil Quistis and Sarah. Getting closer and closer to finishing that Knight's deck. Foil Agris and Sid Rendell. Got another foil Lady of Antiquity and a Sid Hayes. Foil Odin. And Gomez. Should the Odin seem pretty good. Also could go in the Scions. It's pretty much kill the majority of things outside of anything higher than 5 CP. Foil Clavat and a Cognazo. And yeah, going back to the Odin, it's a good EX burst, so I definitely could see that. Foil Wool. And Materia, might play that. Could search out our Oracle Blights with that. I got here a foil Chime and Graph as our H. Looking like we're down to our last 3. Foil Lunith and Remedy as our H. We'll cut ourselves a Foil Charlotte and a Shara. A good number of L's for these pulls. And moving on to our last pack. See if I can pull something nice. Ourselves a Foil Ochu and a Scarmiglione. Alright, so we're just going to take a look at our stuff and see what we can build before reunion. Alright, so this is the new deck compared to the last deck that we had. The changes that we made, we took out the Alba, the Crystal Exarch, Reborn, 1 copy of Thancred. We took out the Kefka. This is a bit too cute, but it almost never goes off. The Hecaton chairs, the Fenrir, the Ramu, everything else remains the same, and the new changes to it. Added the Materia to get back Oracle of Light. We're playing 2 Cecils. It's basically Hecaton chair on a body at the cost of 1 point of damage. Probably will only end up doing this once in a game, but we have it there just to get to it. 1 Behemoth K, really nice upgrade from Opus XIII. Probably won't do the damage 5 ability, but I mean if this sticks earlier, it's just doing a point of damage just on swing. It is nice to get the haste afterwards. It can be brought back by Stola if you've got 6 Scions when this hits, or well, 5 I mean. Then we're teching in 2 Ramus, basically because I feel like a lot of people are going to be playing monks. This deals with the Sophie when it gets too big. I've got this new Odin. That's also a good upgrade from Opus XIII. Hits the majority of things at 5 CP, ends up costing 2 after you're on damage 5. And then we went back to the Odin. Basically just trying to punish our opponents for dealing damage to us. We're running a total of 19 EX bursts. And that's pretty much it for the deck. So, this out of the way, sleeve it up, and take it to reunion. Round 1, we're playing against Miguel, and he is currently playing monks on this day. When it's a die roll and chooses to go first. Starts things off by paying 2 CP for a monk backup, passing over to us. Paying 4 for Minfilia, search out Papalimo, pass back over to Miguel. Pays 3, bit of a lag spike there. For Cecil, chooses to deal a point of damage to himself, and just passes back over to us. Paying 3 for Louisois, searching out Alice, and then paying 2 CP for Alphinaud and passing over to him. Pays 3 for Yang, putting in Mott, searching out Ursula, and swings in with Cecil, hitting Minfilia off the EX, getting Thancred to hand, and passing over. Paying 3 CP for Alice, and then pay 6 for Ishtola, attempting to get back Papalimo to search out Ida, and we just pass back. Paying 3 for a monk, getting back a monk, pays 4 for Ursula, getting Sophie. Swings in with Cecil, block with Stola, pops back up to kill the Stola, swings in with Mott, hitting Oriander, and getting another Stola back to hand. End of turn, So if he triggers, we hit another Oriander, getting Manphilia. Now, it's worth to note, and we didn't realize until afterwards, that he actually missed draw trigger off of Sophie, even though we did take the damage. We're paying 3 for Oracle of Light, and paying 4 for Thancred. We just pass back to him. Passes to us, we take a point of damage. Once again, he does forget the draw trigger. Unfortunately, we don't catch this until reviewing the stream, but normally, yeah, he's supposed to draw after that. So we attempt to play the Ursula, attempt to target, but he missed dragons in response, so we're going to lose our break zone. The Thancred triggers, we swing in, hitting a graph, and we just pass back to him. Pays 1 for Princess Sarah, calling Earth. And another monk back up. Passes turn. Hitting Sophie. We hit the Odin and we get rid of the Ursula. And once again does forget the draw. We're paying 2 for Ida. And paying 5 for Behemoth K. We swing in because it has the damage trigger. It does take a point of damage off the attack, and then he does choose to take the damage from the attack itself. Ends up hitting Exodus FFTA, targeting the Sophie, and it applies to all of his forwards. He's swinging with the Thancred, hitting Mott. Ida goes in, hits a Cabranth off 6 point of damage, searching out a monk. We swing in with the Stola, chooses to block with Sophie. In response, we will break our Manphilia to hit the Mott. The whole reason for this is we do want to trade. Ours is 10k as well as the Sophie after that. We swing in with Paplimo, he is forced to block. Now we swing in with the Oracle of Light. Getting back Ishtola. Search out Paplimo, and swing in for the final point of damage. That's it for the first round. Move on to round 2. Round 2, we're playing the Mirror against Matthew. He ends up winning the die roll and chooses to go first. Starts things off by paying 2 CP for Lael, and passes back over to us. Discarding Alpha Node to put 1 into play, and passing over to him. Pays 4 CP for Manphilia. Searches out Oriander. Then pays a 2 CP for the Oriander, revealing the top 2. Chooses the Ishtola, and passes back over to us. Also discarding 2 for Oriander, revealing top 2. And we choose to go with the Manphilia. And with that Manphilia, we discard it to put Corral into play and pass back over. Matthew pays 4 CP to put Reborn back up into play, having the Oriander deal damage to mine. Swings in, hitting Ida off damage, passes back over to us. Paying 3 CP for Louis Sois, searching out Alice, then paying another 3 CP to put Alice into play and pass back over. Starts main phase by putting Stola into play, swinging with the Oriander, hitting Odin, and we target the Oriander, and it passes back over to us. 1 CP for the Materia, and then paying the 3 extra to put Oracle of Light into play. Then we discard to put Oriander into play, revealing top 2, getting Ida to hand, and we pass back. Swings in with the Stola, choose to block with the Oracle of Light, shortcutting, removing, and drawing off of the Materia since the light was put into the break zone. And we choose to get back Manphilia, attempt to target Oriander, and Louis Sois proceeds to miss Dragon, though I'm not sure why he didn't do it when we targeted the Manphilia. He draws the card and just passes over. Paying 3 for another Oracle of Light, And paying another 2 for Ida. Swing in with the materia. Hitting a Tyro off the EX. Gets his materia. Swing in with Oranger. Hits a Titan. Targets his Stola and the Oracle of Light. Letting us draw one, we just pass back. Pays 1 for his materia. And 3 for the extra costs. Putting in his Oracle of Light into play. Then discards for Oranger, revealing top 2. And chooses to put Oranger into hand. And pays 2 for Kryl. Swings in with the Stola, chooses to block with Ida. Responds with a Titan, targeting his Stola and our Oranger. Forced to allow that, and we end up losing 2 forwards off of that exchange. He passes back to us. Start things by playing Oranger, revealing top 2, getting Thancred to hand. Next we use Alphanod to break the materia. Then we pay 3 to put our last Oracle of Light into play and pass back over. Swings in with the Stola, jump with the Oracle of Light, draw with the materia, and then we choose Ida to put back into play from Oracle of Light's effect. Swings in with this Oracle of Light, choose to trade with the Oranger. Gets back Papalimo and searches out for Ida. And then swings out with Oranger, and we just give him the materia since she's no longer useful. Pays 2 for Ida and passes back over to us. Paying 3 for Cecil, taking damage off the top, and then choosing to trade his Stola with our Cecil since it's now 8k. Put Thancred into play by paying 4. Paying 6 for Stola, targeting Papalimo and triggering the Thancred. Papalimo comes into play, and we realize that we have no more targets. But the Papalimo does trigger the Thancred. Swing in with the Ida, dealing damage to the Papalimo, sending it to break zone. Takes the damage, Kryl for damage. Thancred comes in, hits him in Philia. Chooses Thancred. We pass back over. Paying 3 for Thancred, dulling the Stola. Pay 6 to put Stola into play. And targets Alphanod forward. Swings in with the Ida, targeting Stola, barely missing damage. I hit Papalimo, but we choose not to trigger because we have no more targets since passed over to us. Ida comes in for damage, targeting his Ida, dealing 10k. Yojimbo comes off the top for damage, does a Stola and our Thancred. Swing in with the Stola next. His Stola blocks, and they end up trading since his Stola already took damage. Then Papalimo comes in, hitting a Thancred, and move to main phase 2. Playing the Stola to get back Regis. With Regis we get back Thancred. We use Thancred's special ability on Ida, which was a mistake. We should have done another forward, so he would have ended up losing 2 forwards instead, since the Ida had taken damage. So with that, we just pass over. Pays 3 for Papalimo. Searching out the last Ida. Pays to pop the Minfilia, to break our Y'shtola, and just passes back to us. Start things by swinging off with the Regis. Jumps with the Papalimo. Thancred goes in next. Blocks with this Oriander. Attempt to use Ramu on the Alphanod, and he pops the Lil to keep it alive. Swing it with Ida, blocks with the Alphanod. Then the Papalimo comes in, blocks with the Thancred. We use the Alphanod to deal the extra damage. Pass over to him, he passes back. We attempt to swing, but he does Bahamut 0 first, breaking the Ida and dulling the rest of our forwards. We put a Behemoth K into play, pass back, and he just scoops it up. So we secure that win, and we move on to round 3. Round 3, we're up against Sergio, who's playing monks. We end up winning the die roll, and we choose to go first. Now, I'm not sure if it was nerves, but for some reason we end up paying 6 for Y'shtola, thinking we can get back Ida, not realizing that we're 1 short, so kind of wasted. We just pass back over to Sergio. Plays a monk back up, passes back to us. Play Alphanod and pass over to Sergio. Paying 3 for monk backup, getting back a monk. And pitches to play another monk backup and passes back to us. Paying 3 for Alice. Guess we're just gonna go in, swing with the Y'shtola, and pass back over. Base 3 for Yang. Getting Mont. Searches out Ursula, and passes back over to us. Paying 4 for Minfilia. Searching out Papalimo. And we just pass back. Pays 4 for Ursula, getting back a monk backup. Swings in with Mott. Hits Ida off of damage and passes it back over to us. Paying 2 for Ranger, revealing the top 2. We get Thancred back to hand. Then we pay 3 for Oracle of Light and just pass back over to Sergio. Pays 5 for Fenrir, targeting Oracle of Light and Alice. Oracle of Light triggers, attempting to target the Papalimo. Sergio responds, paying 3 for Mist Dragon, removing our break zone and drawing 1. Swings in with Mott, so we decide to trade with the Y'shtola, and goes in with Yang, hitting yet another Ida, and we just passes back to us. Pay 3 for another Alice. Just setting up backups and passing back over. Pays 3 for Cecil, taking damage first for Kusith. Gets back a monk and fights with our Oriander. Swings in, and again. Odin gets rid of the Ursula. Next turn he plays a monk and passes back to us. Paying 2 for Oriander. Getting the Louis-Swall. Then we played Louis-Swall, searching out another Alice. Then we pay 6 for Y'shtola, getting back Thancred, and pass back over to Sergio. Right. Puts Growl to play, targeting Kusith, and then paying for it to get Ursula to hand. Then pays 4 for the Ursula, getting Sophie back into play. humps the Ursula, then breaks the Thancred, ships another one at Stola, and the last one at Oriander. Swings in with the Cecil, then Yang, and finally Monk for the 7 point of damage. So, ends up that match, and we move on to round 4. Last round we're up against 2019 Nats champ, Sam Prime. He's playing a 3-color control deck. We win the die roll, and we choose to go first. Start things off by playing a Kryl, and passing back. Pays 4 for Sarah, searching out Princess Sarah, and passes to us. Paying 3 for Louis Soir, searching out Alice, and just pass back over. Pays 4 for Kolka, searches out Arden, and then pays 1 for Princess Sarah, declaring fire, passes back. Paying 4 for Alice, and then another 4 for Nymphalia, searching out Papalymo, and pass back. Pays 2 for Avelia, and pass to us. Pay 3 for Papalymo, responds by Amaterasu. Then we pay another 3, Oracle of Light, and pass back over. Pay 7 for BFA, and pass back to us. We end up passing back to him, probably should have swung with the Oracle. Puts down Ash, blanks the Oracle of Light, and draw 1, discard 1. Swings in with BFA, breaking the Oracle, hitting Oriander, and we choose to get the Alphinaud to hand, and he passes to us. Paying 6 for Atomos, breaking the BFA, and we pass back to him. Chooses to draw 1, discard 1, and give 1k to all Wallader forwards. Swings in with Ash, hitting Thancred, and passes to us. Paying 2 for Oranger, revealing top 2, getting Growl to hand. Then we pay 3 for Papalymo, searching out Ida, swinging it with the Oranger, hitting Tyro, and gets Ranjit to hand. Before attacking Papalymo, he Kuchulanes the Papalymo, drawing 1 and blanking it. Main 2, we just pass, discard to 5, pass over to him. Pays 5 for Lena, getting back Sarah. Sarah chooses Lena and Papalymo to fight. Then he chooses to untap Kolka and draw 1, discard. Swings in with Ash, hitting Oracle of Light. Main 2, plays a Lail and passes to us. Paying 4 for Thancred, then 2 for Ida, attempting to pump the Thancred, responds by paying 3 for Amaterasu, breaking the Thancred. We just pass back to him. Combat, Ash blanks the Ida, draws 1 and discards 1. Swings in with Ash. Damage is Ramu, breaking the Sarah. Then Lena goes in. Main 2, pays 3 for Ranjit, breaking the Ida and passing to us. Paying 6 for Stola, response, he misdirects the break zone, draws 1. Then we pay 2 for Ida, and we pass back. Attempts to draw 1, discard 1, and gives water forwards +1. Swings in with the Lena. Attempt to block with Ida. Pays 1 for Kuchelane, blinking it, drawing. Then he goes in with Ash, hitting a Tomos, or break the Ash, a little too late. And then he goes in with the Ranjit, and we just jump with Oranger. He passes to us. Pay 2 for Oranger. Getting the Oracle Flight to hand. And then playing the Oracle Flight and passing back. Swings in with the Ranjit. Pumps with Princess Sarah, not realizing that it's lower than the Y'shtola. He swings in, they trade with the Y'shtola for the Lena. Made 2. Pays 5 to play another Lena. Getting back Sarah, this time choosing to draw. And passes back to us. Paying 6 for Y'shtola. Getting back Behemoth K from Y'shtola's effect. Swinging in with the Behemoth K, triggering proc on attack, and then damage. Hitting Kuchelane, blanking the Oracle Blight, and draws 1. And we just pass back to him. Play Sophie. And then next he pays 5 to put Igris into play. -7 on the Oranger and drawing 1. Attempts to end turn. We attempt to Rambo and use breaks the Lail. That's the game. So our tournament ends 2-2. So ended up going 2-2. Still pretty pleased with how the deck went. All we needed was one more to make top 4, just to get that in the promo era. Would have been nice. I think we made some good tech choices, though it did feel like we were missing some cards. Not having Miss Dragons definitely hurt in a lot of matchups. It seems a lot of the decks now are break zone reliant, getting their resources from there. It almost feels like in a point in an RPG where you reach a point where you're underleveled or undergeared. So I mean, it is what it is. We didn't open up any Opus 9 yet, but overall, still pleased with the deck. Following week, we are taking a break from Standard, and we are going to be trying out L6 for the first time. I'm sure a lot of people at locals are pleased about that. I think they actually did want to take a break from Monks just taking over our locals. So just want to give that a try. So that's it for this episode. Thanks to everyone who is watching and supporting the channel. If you haven't already, please feel free to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, comment down below. Anything more you'd like to see, anything else like I can do to improve these videos. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining us on Final Fantasy TCG New Game Plus, the series Reborn. We'll see you next episode.